Okay, so we're going to be talking about package management, right? So, what is a package manager? A package manager is basically a tool that automates installing, upgrading, configuring, and removing software. It also tracks their dependencies, like other software, it's basically other software that a package needs to run, right? So, if you're familiar with programming, you know there are some packages you need to install to get things running. So why it matters in DevOps and your productivity, it guarantees the same software version across every server. That means every server will be versionized, maybe 1.5, 1.5 throughout all the servers. It avoids work on my machine issue in production. It means that in production environment, maybe you have a variety of people working with Linux, Mac, let me say Linux, Mac, Windows, but let's say they want to run the same app, they'll basically use the same package. So it also enables scripted, auditable, and repeatable server builds. Integrates well with CI/CD pipeline for consistent environment. Think of it like npm for like Node.js or pip for Python, but for your entire operating system. So let's talk about APT. APT is for the Debian Ubuntu family. It's used on, as I said, Debian, Ubuntu, Kali, Linux, Mint, and most cloud server images, AWS, GCP default AMI. So let's start with, as you can see, I basically I'm using a Mac, so I had to use a Docker container to run Ubuntu 24.04. So now what we're going to do first is just walking you through some commands. We're going to update the package index. So basically, this is the command you run before installing anything. It downloads the latest list of available packages from all repositories. So those sudo apt update. Okay, I don't think I did sudo here. So I do sudo update. So right now is what? It's downloading all the packages, as I said. Well, for me in the Mac it will be brew update. So okay, so the package has been just one package. One package is up can be upgraded. So you can run this command to see the package. But let's go to the next command, which is sudo. We just basically updated the package. So now we're going to install a package. That will be sudo apt install by nginx to the y flag. Basically, let me say the dash y flag auto answers questions like yes, no, prompt, which are this is basically how you write it in a script you want to run because you auto replies that for you. So let me just actually show it's installing. It's installing nginx. Okay. So now that it's installed, um we just installed basically the, let me say, the latest version, but you can install a let me see, a specific version. Let me just remove, you can remove package, but let me just install nginx. Let me do Nginx. Let me put a particular version. Install. Let me do this. Okay. apt install -y Nginx. Let's see. 1.24. Let's see. Where's the asterisk? So it's basically installing that specific version of Nginx, which it's told me is already on the new version, or to install a specific version that you want. So you can also, if you want to know what version are available, you can check using this command policy nginx. So you can see the you can basically see what versions are available. So let's list the available versions to also merge this in, I believe, nginx. Merge this in nginx. Then you press enter, so you can see what is also available. So now let me walk you through on removing a package. So you can do apt remove nginx. Let's see, apt remove nginx. Yeah. So it's basically remove the package. You can also remove and delete all config file. What would basically apt remove nginx, it keeps the config file. But if you want to remove the config file also, you just say apt purge nginx and to remove the config file. So you can also use sudo apt let me clear this first. Do apt auto remove will actually remove all unwanted dependency packages. So now we're going to run some commands to list installed packages after he removes this. Okay, so done. So we'll do apt list -- installed. So it just listed all installed packages. Then you can filter by name. Use the let's clear, it's not stable. So let me see, apt show nginx. It basically showed it different detailed info about a specific um package. So now to upgrade a package, you do sudo. No, you regularly do sudo, but since I'm just I'm not set the supervisor, so do apt upgrade upgrade -y. So it basically upgrade all packages to their latest available versions. Then this is actually like a more, let me say, aggressive style of upgrading the packages, upgrading and handle changing dependencies of the packages. Just to upgrade. Yeah. So now you can upgrade a single package by doing this. This is command to upgrade a single package. You do apt install -only upgrade nginx. So it will just upgrade only nginx, but since I uninstalled it earlier, it's no more there. So um, we're going to talk about a repository. So a repository, right, is basically a remote server. View it as a remote server that hosts packages. Then apt is like the package manager. It knows where to look because of this file, because of the repository. So the repository is just a remote server that hosts the packages, while the apt is like a finder that knows what to look for to find this repository. So you can, to view your configured repository, you can do cat etc/apt/source sys.list. So say have been moved to use blah 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 blah. Okay, let me try this. I think I get what they're saying. .d. I think that's one older version. So let me do this. Actually, let me do ls. So yeah. So it basically, you can view your configured repository as ubuntu.sources. So let's go over to, we're talking about where we're just using apt, but we're going to go after over to yum, that is yum. Let me, oh sorry, exit. Clear. So now I still have to use docker to run that for the yum and dnf. Docker run dash interactive, so rocky linux rocky linux rocky linux 9 bash, so to install it and run it in interactive mode. Okay, so I just installed a an image of around an image of Rocky Linux. So we're going to be entering yum and DNF. This is basically used by the CentOS, Rocky Linux, Alma Linux, Amazon Linux 2, and Fedora. So there, DNF is actually a modern replacement for yum. They share nearly identical syntax, and yum is on Rocky 9. Basically, run yum is an alias for DNF. So it basically just be almost a repeat of the previous apt. So you can do yum install dash y nginx. So it install it. Also, you could do the same with, you can use DNF, you can use yum, basically the same thing. Okay, so it's installed. Yeah, installed all the packages. So you can still do the same for DNF, and it's just telling me the installation is ready, nothing to install. So yum and DNF are basically the same thing. DNF is for like the newer model. So as let's try installing a specific model of the Nginx. Let's do hash 1.24.c24. Tell me that. Oh, I need to find the match. Let me see. Blah blah blah. But as we did with ABT, it's basically going to install a new model, the specific version you want. Then you can also lock a package, right, to its current version. It prevents, like, if you want to stop something from accidentally upgrading, you can lock it. Let's just go to say install -y cdnf command. There's, I think it's version lock. Okay, okay. So it's installing the version lock. It basically lock your package at its current version, right? So I'm just going to walk through the steps on how to do that. So now it's complete. So we'll do this, do version lock, add nginx. Nginx. So it's added the nginx to the version lock. So we're now going to do list to see what is lock. DNF version lock list, which shows what is locked. So what is locked is nginx. Then to remove that lock, you just do this. You say delete version lock, delete nginx. So it will remove nginx. Then if we see list, nothing is there anymore. So the same we did with apt. You can do it. You can do dnf to update packages. Just use dnf update -y. So you just update the necessary package necessary. Okay, so it's done updating all packages. So to update a single package, you just have to do specify the name of the package nginx, and since there's nothing to update, saying nothing to update, to check for like a specific update without applying them, you can do dnf check update. So just say last method expiry date, blah blah blah, on Sunday. So that is the update. So now to remove a package, you just have to use remove stdnf remove nginx. So yes, so it's done. That's removed nginx. Then to remove unused dependencies, you can just do, I think we did this for apt before. We do dnf auto remove. So to search and list, to search a package for a package by name or description, you can just do dnf search nginx. So it just showed me what I'm looking for. Then to list installed packages, just dns list installed. So all these commands are really just what you want, not all these installed packages. So to let me try combine. I don't know any issues doing this. My high. There's no Python here. It is. So you grep Python to filter installed packages. You can use grep. Then to show package details, go to nginx to show you the whole details of that part of your specific package, right? So this is basically the end. But just like a quick reminder on some things to remember. Sometimes apt install fails silently. You should always run apt update first. So sometimes upgrading your package breaks your app. That's why we can use the future lock and all, so that you can pin critical packages so that it will not it cannot be found, so that it can be found. It can be locked. Sorry, it can be locked. And also, when you remove like a package like we saw, it doesn't remove the config file. So you can use apt purge, apt remove to for a clean wipe of the whole thing. So that is it for this lesson. Thanks. Thank you.